All right, I want to talk a little bit about chordal melodies because I use a lot of times I'll work off of a chord when I'm thinking about as opposed to a scale. Sometimes I'll spell out a chord depending on where I'm at. If I know a song's in A major, maybe I'll take a look at that. I know the scales that go with it, but sometimes for me, if I can include a chord in it. For me, it's more musical than just playing always one note. And I notice a lot of my favorite guitar players these days, there's a guy named Jedd Hughes that's in Nashville. And I love the way he uses double stops a lot, not only in his soloing, but in his accompaniment, whether he's with Vince Gill or whoever. He's a great player and a great songwriter too, and singer. But I just wanted to talk to that because if, like in the key of A, when I'm here, I'll look at the different A chords up and down the neck, and it'll give me a jumping off place of where I can land. If I know I'm in a major key, I'll do that sharp 5, sharp. If I'm doing single notes, I might just do that, but if I'm doing two notes, double stop. And all I'm doing is utilizing the actual, parts of the chord. I call them partials. It kind of works if you're in a rhythm thing. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. Or sometimes what I'll do in the key of A is I'll pick up a little like bass note. So you see I'm basically spelling out the major A major chord. But if you include hammer-ons to it, or just double stops, so all I'm really doing is I'm hammering on from like the E string, the E and the B string, double stop there, that's part of the A chord, right? And I'm just hammering on to the 7th fret with the B note, or the B string, I should say, sorry. That's kind of effective. So when you got a, just, open E, F sharp, A, and then you jump up to a, kind of Hendrix-like, isn't it? It's just another way of looking at the fretboard. If I know that this is an A chord, and I talked a little bit about, identifying notes, so you can, those are all E's and A's. E, A, E, A. So now I know I can use any of those two, any of those positions. And then if I hammer on, the D note on the G string, and then flatten that. I got a little theme going, and like I said, I'm a big fan of chordal rhythms. Chordal leads, really, in a way. I call them interior melodies. And you'll hear it sometimes in R&B like, that A chord. So now I'm going to show you what I just sort of laid out for you, a little map, and I'll show you what can happen if you move around a little bit with it. obviously I'm keeping that thumb on the A string. I'm never leaving the A chord there. I'm not going anywhere yet. Until I go to the 7th. And that signals I might want to go to a 4 chord. We'll lose the thing. D9. And back to that A. And then I'll go to an E9. Walk it down. And back to the A. R&B with it, you go. You've heard that. Again, just little double stops. You know, 5th fret, E note, and A note again. There's that E and A note, A note. And now I'm just going to move it up 2 and back. I'm just going to strike it once though. You'll hear that a lot of times in R&B. So that's some, you know, inside moves in the key of A that you can really apply to any other chord as well. If you just follow those patterns of spelling out a chord. It really works well. So I know I rambled a little bit on that one, but probably gave you a couple of bad notes. But the truth is, there's really no game of perfect here. You know, if you can understand where that E and that A note is, all up and down the neck, it's going to free you up a ton. Yeah.